Nome e cognome.
Stefan Everts, born in Belgium, and the son from MX world champion Harry Everts.
In poche parole, racconta cosa hai fatto per Yamaha.
I have been racing for Yamaha Team Rinaldi from 2001 until 2006. Very successful 6 years with 6 championships.
Cosa rappresenta per te Yamaha?
Yamaha means for me a big part of my career. Actually, the best part, because I look at my career in two parts. There was one before Yamaha and one with Yamaha, and Yamaha has been one of the best years and also most successful years. So for me, very high rated for me.
Sei pronto per questa intervista?
I was born ready.
Iniziamo. I ricordi del suo primo incontro con Yamaha. Cosa ha significato per lei quel momento?
Well, I was coming back from a very difficult period with a lot of injuries, and I was out for a long time. And my first meeting was with Michele Rinaldi, talking about moving to Yamaha for 2001. So it was a very important step, because also the trust and belief that Michele gave to me, even though I was off for some years with big injuries, he still believed in me and gave me the chance to race for Yamaha, was very important.
Quando ha capito che Yamaha sarebbe diventata la sua casa?
Well, the first year we signed the contract for only 1 year, and just to see if we could feel well, working well together. And after 1 year, I was so convinced that this is the best team I ever raced for, and I want to continue for a longer period. So after several, let's say, months, first season, from then on, I felt like, okay, this is my home.
A Misano, durante l'EICMA Riding Fest, ha provato la Yamaha R1, la sua prima volta in pista. Cosa ha provato?
Yeah, it was a big sensation, a big emotion for me. I wanted to try it already in the past, but never had really the opportunity. But then here, at Misano, I had that first chance to test the R1. It's a very fast bike, together with Kevin Schwantz and Troy Bayliss. You know, I had some really good teachers next to me, and also Marco Malandri was there. So I had some really good teachers to tell me to start in the right way, and the sensation was fantastic. To go so fast on the straight is crazy, you know, and to go so fast through the turns. I was very amazed with the performance of the bike. That's crazy.
Quanto è stata importante la decisione di Yamaha di puntare sulle moto a 4 tempi nel motocross?
I think because of the environment, the emission, all that, I think a lot of manufacturers had to go to the 4-stroke and develop the 4-strokes. For me personally, I didn't care if it would be 2-stroke or 4-stroke. Okay, riding a 4-stroke is a bit different than a 2-stroke. You have more engine brake to start with, but the power range of a 4-stroke is much more wider and much more stronger. And back then, I mean, the 4-strokes was not as developed as like today, but they only got faster and faster throughout the years. So again, for me personally, I followed what Yamaha was making for me, and they supplied me always the best bike. And in my time it was a 4-stroke, and it was a good one.
Era noto per usare poco il cambio. Qual era il suo segreto e in che modo la YZF le ha permesso di esprimere al meglio il suo stile di guida?
Well, I think my secret was I always imagined myself as a train on rails. And if you want to be fast on the motocross track, you cannot stop and go too much, and a train never stops and go. You know, a train needs to continue, and it's very hard to stop and start again. So I imagined myself to be on the track and try and keep the speed as high as possible in the turns, and use the third gear as much as possible, and sometimes use the clutch, you know, where I have not enough power, and I would clutch it out a bit, but very smooth. So yeah, it was just that idea I had, and also my standing technique I've developed also throughout the years. and that combination made me look great and bring me a lot of success.
Il rapporto di fiducia con il team Yamaha, quanto è stato fondamentale per il suo successo?
If you feel yourself well with some people around you, it's very important that you can perform at your best. I mean, if there are discussions and things that are not going well, mentally it goes inside you, and automatically you will see the result on the track. So as a sportsman, you have to be happy, you know, be happy in a way. And okay, there's many things around you. You have your private life, and then you have your racing, your business side. So all of it needs to be in the right position. But a team, you have to feel home there, and you need to feel that you are respected. But you also have to respect the team. You know, I always realize that having a good team behind you is very important, because you cannot win by yourself. You know, I cannot mechanic the bike, I cannot develop the bike. You know, I'm there to do my part, and that's to be fast on the track, to be fit, and the team need to give me the best support what they can, and understand what I need to go fast. So to help and develop the bike together is something also important. So people with some experience, like for me in that case was Team Rinaldi, was a very good match together, and that resulted in a lot of great successes.
In quali momenti si è sentito maggiormente supportato dal team, anche nei periodi difficili?
Well, I during my time with Yamaha, I didn't really had difficult years. I had only good years. We had our discussions once in a while, but at the end, the changes that the team brought at the time, there were the right decisions also for me. So, yeah.
Ha sempre parlato del motocross come uno sport di squadra. Quali persone di Yamaha le sono rimaste più nel cuore?
Yeah, it's a team sport. Like I said before, you know, you cannot do everything by yourself. You need to have good people around you. There's not only the people around the team, but you have also other people around you that you have to make the circle go around. But the team, of course, is one of the main parts. And the people I've worked with in those days, I still have good contacts. Some I don't see anymore, but the people that are still around, I still go every day or every time and speak. We spent 6 years of our lives together, with some fantastic moments that we share together. So we have some history together with some people, and you never forget that.
Quanto conta il lato umano, oltre a quello tecnico, nella costruzione di una carriera vincente?
Yeah, there must be a human side, but of course you need to find the right balance. You know, if it goes too much in a friendship, it's also not good. You know, at the end, you are doing a job. Everyone is doing a job, and when you get too close to friends, it's also not good. So you need to find the right balance, and the human side is of course important, because the team have to feel that the rider feels himself home and happy, and then it can only result in results, in good results. And that's another important thing.
C'è un ricordo speciale, una gara o un momento vissuto con Yamaha che porterà sempre con lei?
I have many great results. One particular is, of course, winning the 3 GPs in one day in 2003 in Ernée. I won the championship the second last round, and I was already doing double GPs, MX2 and MXGP during the year, and most of them I won together. And then the idea came from some crazy journalist to say, are you going to race all 3 in the last round of the season? And I was like, oh, maybe that's a good idea. So I talked to Yamaha, and eventually they gave me green light, and they had to build another bike, and it was the 650 class. So we have to have a different engine with more CC and all that. But everything was agreed and organized, and I don't know how I've done it, but I've won all three motos. And the first thing what came in my mind, that was the first and last time I will do this, because physically it was very, very hard day for me.
Ricordo Ernée nel 2003, una giornata incredibile per questo sport.
It was unexpected, you know. I was like, okay, we do the first one, oh, I win this one, second one, okay, I've done this before, but now the big challenge was, of course, to do the third moto on the 650 class, and I didn't know what to expect. And my rival, like Joel Smets, was at the time, he only did one moto, and he was still very fit. So there was a battle going on. I eventually had a battle with another competitor, but I bring it to a good end and make the 3 wins. And the worst thing was to do the doping test afterwards, because I was so tired, I was so empty. I don't think I have 2 liters of water in my body left. But yeah, best memory ever.
Motocross delle Nazioni 2003 e 2004. Cosa significava guidare il Belgio alla vittoria in sella a una Yamaha?
Yeah, I've done many donations, in total 14. I've done 14 podiums. I'm very proud of that. But of course, winning with Team Belgium was always something special. And 2003, we did it in Zolder, in front of our king. He was the VIP guest, and yeah, bringing the title home in Belgium was great. You know, 2004 was another success with Team Belgium and Lirop in the big sand race. But no, great memories.
Motocross delle Nazioni 2006 a Matterley-Bézin. Anche se il Belgio non vinse, lei riuscì a battere James Stewart 2 volte. Cosa ricorda di quella giornata incredibile?
That there was a lot of people. I never seen so many people on a motocross race. I think it was 70 or 80,000 people was standing on the hills of Matterley Basin, and yeah, I had that day another fantastic ride. It was my last official big ride before my retirement, and I did it with style. I won both motos against James Stewart, which was at the time the best talent in the world, and yeah, it was a another fantastic day. I've been so lucky in my career to make so many great results and meeting people and so on. But yeah, ending your career is with style in that way, that's for sure.
Un'altra giornata fantastica per lei è stata nell'enduro.
Yes, that's true. I did one time the 6 day. You know, Franco Zarbis, he invited me, and so I went to Fortaleza in 2003 for the first time. I had to learn how to change the tire and the filter in 10 minutes. So it was a very big mission for me to do it all in 10 minutes. So every day I was training like hell. And then I have a very big battle with Stefan Merriman. But the fun thing of the whole story was that Yamaha didn't have any WR bikes anymore. So I had to ship my own personal WR bike, and I raced with my standard bike in Fortaleza, and I win. So that good the bike was. It was an incredible story.
Dopo aver affrontato sfide personali molto dure, ha continuato a essere un simbolo di forza. Quanto pensa che il suo spirito da pilota l'abbia aiutato a superare le difficoltà della vita?
Yeah, I mean, the challenges I always wanted to face and to overcome. For example, injuries is a big part of our sport. I had some big ones, and those are, of course, the difficult moments in the career to come through or not come through, how you handle them, and also at what age. So I was always trying to look ahead and look to the future and try to learn from my mistakes. And sometimes you need to fall deep to become stronger, and I've done it a few times, and it indeed made me stronger, because I took again another challenge to come back and to come back better and stronger, smarter, and be again the step ahead of the competitors, you know. And I managed to do this a few times. And yeah, it's if you are a true sportsman, you can overcome nearly everything. Just to know how to do it.
Come vede il futuro del motocross? Più tecnologia, più elettrico, più spettacolo?
I mean, the sport has changed throughout the years. Of course, when the four strokes came in, it changed the classes. You know, before we had the 125 to 50, 500. Then we just went to two classes now: MX2, MXGP. I mean, the racetracks has been changed. They are getting smaller, faster. You know. But you see also a bit of the racing, you know, the speed that the young kids going already at the young age is very impressive. Bikes have developed a lot, you know, you can go much faster. How it will go in the next 10, 20 years is in a way difficult to say. I really hope that the sport can keep growing and can take some more success. And, you know, with the bigger public, I think we have a very spectacular sport. Electric, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rumors. We see a lot of manufacturers trying to bring some e-bikes out there. And will this be the future? Yes or no? I cannot say this. I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. I think pure racing is not on an e-bike. That's, I think, more for home entertainment.
Se potessi parlare con lo Stefan Everts giovane, all'inizio della sua carriera, cosa gli diresti?
To take more time. I was on a young age, I wanted to go too fast, you know. I wanted to make a lot of steps, and it kind of set me back a few times with injuries. Be more relaxed, you know, be more confident in myself. But I had so much pressure on myself of being as good as my father, and he was a four-time world champion, and I had to be as good as him. This was minimum for me, so it gave me too much pressure, and that thing I would erase completely and say, Stefan, take it easy, you will manage to go through it, and I would even done more better results than what I've done.
Hai vissuto una vita piena di adrenalina. Ti manca il brivido delle gare da pilota?
After my retirement, of course, yes, but now I passed the 50 now, so it's less and less, you know. I was sick for a while, I had the malaria, so I've been going through a very tough period in my life for 2 years, but I managed to get back on the bike and try to enjoy it a little bit. So once in a while I do some riding, and I'm happy with that. But it doesn't have to be too extreme anymore like in the past, you know. In the past you want to race and you want to be the best and win, and now it's pure for enjoyment, for my own satisfaction, and that's it.
3 parole per descrivere la tua storia con Yamaha.
Ambition, passion, and winner.